Welcome to the BioBalance Healthcast, episode 679. This is for the men. Too many RBCs after testosterone? It is easily treated.
BioBalance Healthcast features conversations about anti-aging medicine. Your host is Dr. Kathy Maupin, Medical Director of BioBalance Health and a leading expert in treating symptoms of aging. Dr. Maupin is the author of The Secret Female Hormone, the seminal work about testosterone replacement therapy for women, and Got Testosterone, the award-winning book for men that helps men choose the most effective and safe form of testosterone replacement. These books are available on Amazon or from Dr. Maupin's office at BioBalance Health in St. Louis and in Kansas City. Dr. Maupin's office is currently accepting new patients.
Welcome to the BioBalance Healthcast. Today I'm going to be talking primarily to men who are taking testosterone of some kind, especially pellets, since that's the kind of testosterone I give to men. But the high red cell count that can happen in certain men happens with any testosterone they take. So it's individually a side effect of testosterone in any form. Now, it's actually one of the things that I think that every man should know they're at risk for before they get their testosterone or testosterone pellets, just because it takes just a little extra work if you are going to be healthy and manage having too many red cells. So here's the deal. I get caught in the middle between trying to treat my patients appropriately and give my male patients enough testosterone so that all their symptoms are gone, that their sex drive is back, that their sexual function's back, that they can remember things, they have their muscle mass, they have their energy. My goal is to fix those symptoms. And my goal is to do it safely. So that's initially why people come to me, is because they've gone to their doctor or multiple doctors and they've asked for help in these areas, and they have not been given help that actually works. When I give men testosterone in the pellet form, it works, and they get better. So that's the first thing you need to know. The second thing you need to know is that if your doctor was trying to help you and it didn't work, he kind of has a chip on his shoulder. So when you go back and you show him your blood work, and if your blood count is a little high, your red count is a little high, then he will be critical of the doctor who gave you the testosterone, because that's just human nature. You want to be critical of the person that showed you up. Basically, went one step farther or was more effective than you were. So I get that, but this causes a lot of problems. When patients who have this genetic issue, and I have to say that my husband has it, and we've been dealing with it for the last, he's turning 75, and he started when he was 55, so he's been on pellets a long time. And he looks great, feels great. So pellets have done their work. But he has this one thing, everybody's got something, where he has to deal with making too many red blood cells. Now, why is that even an issue? Okay, so let's talk about, they call it erythrocytosis. It means too many red cells. And it's an issue because when you have a lot of red cells, like more than 50% of your blood volume is red blood cells, then it is thought that puts a strain on your heart, pushing a thicker blood. So red blood cells are thicker than plasma. Plasma is the clear stuff that's around the red blood cells. So when you have more red blood cells than 50%, then your blood is thick. Now, how thick is okay? Well, on the blood test, it says that you can be up to 50%. Some of the hematologists we talk about say they don't even get excited until somebody's at 58%, because they use the example of men at altitude, men that live at altitude like Wyoming in the United States, Wyoming and Colorado, they have very high counts. You have to have a high count in those areas because the oxygen tension is low. You need to have the high counts adjust to help you not be out of breath all the time. and not be hypoxic. So that's how our body reacts to high altitude. But people in Colorado and Wyoming don't have more strokes, heart attacks, or strains on their heart than people at sea level. So this, to me, is not as scary as it is portrayed by some doctors. Now, having said that, I like to keep my patients at least around 52% or less. That's my goal. Now, if the whole idea is all you have to do to treat this, all you have to do is be compliant with what I and Dr. Sullivan and my nurse practitioners tell you. And that is, if you have a tendency to get a very high blood count very fast, you've got to dump blood or donate blood every 2 months. That's it. You just give a pint of blood to someone else who needs it. Or you come to my office, we remove the blood, we send it sterilely to a place where it is destroyed sterilely. So this is not hard, not heavy lifting. It requires an appointment, but it doesn't take very long. It's about a half an hour. And you're done. The fact is that people who donate blood live longer than people who don't. So it even gives you a benefit in longevity. So if you have this problem, and not everybody does, it is genetic, it is your problem, it is not everyone's problem, and we know how to treat it, and that is remove blood cells. You're going to make some more. And we also have to make sure you have enough iron to make more red blood cells. So we check your ferritin level, and if you need more iron, we have you eat more red meat, or we have you eat more spinach, or we have you take iron. But this is easy. These are easy treatments to give your heart less work. So what happens is a patient comes into my office and he's all upset, or he calls and he's really upset because his primary doctor is so mad at me because I made his blood cells rise. Well, I didn't, but testosterone did. And I have given this gentleman the directions that he has to either dump or donate blood every 2 months. And the fact that he didn't do it for the last 6 months is the problem. He was not compliant with what I asked him to do. Therefore, he goes to his other doctor, his counts are high, and the other doctor's mad at me, but not him. That doesn't make any sense. And all he had to say was, you need to go, now you're going to have to give blood every 6 weeks to get back down to the 52 level and to be safe. And then after that, you're going to have to, every 2 months, which is 8 weeks, give blood. So this is something that has been blown out of proportion by doctors and scared patients, but it hasn't been in the right context. The context should be, you need testosterone, you got testosterone, all your symptoms are gone. You feel better, you're happier, but you have too many red cells, so we're going to treat that issue. I'm not giving you a drug to treat it, and I'm not doing surgery to treat it. It's simple. It's just donation of blood. So, yes, it is a time issue, but it isn't that much time out of your life. And it is something that we require you to do. We check your counts to make sure we can give you testosterone. It is related to that. So I just want to make sure that everybody is aware of what the problem is and what the problem isn't, that having a high count isn't going to immediately kill you, and that all you have to do is give blood to get rid of those cells, and that you will make more, but you'll have to be on a routine blood dump or blood donation. That's not that hard, and a lot of people do that who don't have, a lot of people have the nursery calling them all the time to give blood because they like their blood. It doesn't have CMV, and it doesn't have any other drugs in it, and they don't have a problem with testosterone or estrogen or birth control pills in terms of giving blood. So that's something that you have to, that you should know, is that there's a lot of people who just do this because by the grace of God, they're generous. They're generous with their blood. Blood can't be made. It has to be from another human being. So If you want to know more about this, you can read my book, Got Testosterone, which is by Kathy Maupin, and it's available on Amazon. You can read about it. It's one of the side effects of testosterone therapy, and it's one that we treat regularly and successfully. And if you want, my blogs have information on this throughout on my website, BioBalance Health, and we have information everywhere. We have these health tests. We have frequently asked questions. We have that addressed in the frequently asked questions. So I just want to make sure that you continue to get the testosterone that you need and that you are not made afraid of the treatment with testosterone because another doctor weighs in, the doctor that couldn't treat you and didn't make you feel better, weighs in against the testosterone because your counts go up. It's not that severe a side effect, and it is something that is treatable easily. Thank you for listening. This is for the guys, and I hope you listen next week.
Email your questions or comments to podcast@biobalancehealth.com. You can find the BioBalance Healthcast on iTunes and on YouTube. For more information about bioidentical hormone pellet therapy and other reverse aging solutions, visit biobalancehealth.com or call 314-993-0963. You can find Dr. Maupin on Twitter @Dr. Kathy Maupin and on Facebook at facebook.com/biobalancehealth.